The clock hits midnight. Explosion.
Yeah, oh, you don't have Windows 11? Sucks to be you.
Got that little dog sitting there. This is fine.
Right.
It is time for the deep dive. Did you hear that Windows 11 is coming out, Carl?
I did, and if you listen to all the journalists, apparently the end of the world is coming with it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, okay. It's rant time. Y'all ready for a rant? Grab your popcorn. Grab your juice. I got something to say.
I love these.
And I'm addressing this to all of the tech journalists. This has got less to do with Windows 11 itself and more about the coverage around it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Windows 11 is the next operating system from Microsoft. They just announced it recently, and it's going to be replacing Windows 10. If you're not a tech user or if you're not real techie, basically the whole look and feel of the system is changing a little bit. If you don't know what an operating system is, Google it. I don't have time to explain it to you now. They cranked it up to 11.
Yeah, just turn the knob.
And it's slated to come out sometime, maybe end of this year, for newer computers. And us who have already had computers are probably going to get it sometime next year. But it's Windows' next operating system, and not everybody's going to be able to get it.
Okay.
Which I get that that's going to be a little bit of an issue for some people who just want to be on the new operating system.
Yeah.
And a lot of these tech YouTubers and tech journalists are blowing this way out of proportion, claiming that Microsoft is leaving millions of people behind and that people who depend on Windows for their work are getting left behind in the dirt. And they're just making way exaggerated claims. Like, I was listening to one, I'm not going to drop names, but this guy was ranting on YouTube saying that there are people that wake up and they depend on their Windows system to get their work done. They make their living on Windows, and it's a shame for Microsoft to not allow them to get the newest update. And
was that the tone? Was he like...
Yeah, basically, he wasn't like frantic, but his words were saying basically, how dare you, Microsoft, people make money on your platform. You know, they're going to be depending on you.
This is the norm.
And first off, it's the norm. Secondly, I've got issues with this.
Okay.
Okay, first off, Windows 10 support is going until October of 2025.
Dang.
So if you're on Windows 10, and if you don't upgrade to Windows 11, you're getting more than 4 years worth of security updates.
Yeah,
still.
they're not leaving anybody behind.
Secondly, your computer's not going to burst in flames the instant Windows 11 comes out and you don't upgrade. You're still going to have a computer.
Yeah.
So, like...
The clock hits midnight. Explosion.
Yeah, oh, you don't have Windows 11? Sucks to be you.
Got that little dog sitting there. This is fine.
Right. So, his whole argument about... And more than one tech YouTuber and tech journalist has made this argument. Well, people depend on Windows. It's like, what do you think is going to happen when Windows 11 comes out? Like, those people who use Windows, like, I'm one of those people, by the way. For this channel, we depend on Windows. Everything except for the audio is used on Windows. My Mac, I record on GarageBand, which that might even change in the future. But I use the Adobe suite on my Windows PC. I'm using a Windows PC right here. He's got a Windows PC right here.
To the windows.
When we go to bed at
night,
the
walls.
The day before Windows 11 releases, our computers are going to be working just fine. We're still going to be putting out the content. Everybody who's been using Windows 10 for the last 6 years is going to be producing their content just like they have been. And when they wake up the next morning, when Windows 11 is released, they're still going to be able to do their job and make the things that they're making just like they were before. I don't understand why people are freaking out about this.
Now, let me ask you this. Windows is created by Microsoft, right?
You're right.
Microsoft was founded by Bill Gates. When they push out this Windows 11 update, is my computer going to attack me?
Apparently. Yeah, if you believe the tech YouTubers, if you don't update to Windows 11, one, you're not going to be able to do your job.
Bill Gates is just going to come out of your bed.
Two,
like, it is time
you're going to have to buy another computer. Did you know that? I've heard other YouTubers say that, oh, well, now I'm going to have to buy a whole new computer because my computer doesn't work with Windows 11.
What?
I'm like, dude, hold on. Again, let's circle back. Windows 10 is going to get support up until 2025.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And first off, let me just address that these computers... So let's get a little sweaty about this. So a lot of people are upset because the certain processors that Windows 11 doesn't support. Okay, the main company that makes processors for computers, Intel.
Yep.
Everybody probably knows Intel Inside. If you're not a computer geek, you've probably seen Intel Inside.
Boom.
They're the people that make the microchips, the brains of the
brains,
computer that most computers have.
Right.
If you're on a computer right now, unless you're on like an Apple computer from like this year, you're probably running an Intel chip. If you're a gamer, you might have an AMD chip. The vast majority of chips are running Intel.
Right. Most stock computers you buy at the store will have an Intel chip in it.
And they release their chips in generation. First generation, second generation, and so on and so forth. So the new Windows 11 will only work with 8th generation and above Windows chips.
Okay.
Okay, 7th generation Windows, or Intel, I said Windows chips, Intel chips. 7th generation Intel chips debuted in 2016. So already they're dang near 5 years old.
Gotcha.
Windows support for Windows 10 will go until 2025. That's another 4 years old. 4 years.
Let me ask you this. So if I buy a computer or I upgrade my computer past 2016 where I have an 8th generation chip, I can get Windows 11.
Right.
And if I have older hardware than that, I shouldn't really be worried about it.
No, because
At that
you're
point,
still
you should
getting,
upgrade if you're that worried about it.
That's the thing. Like, if you really like, if you're on a laptop, sure, that's a difference.
Yeah.
But if you're on a PC or a desktop, just pop. Okay, first off, if you really, really, absolutely want Windows 11, upgrade your CPU. You're gonna eventually because you're on a 5-year-old CPU anyways.
Right.
Or, hot take, just chill out on Windows 10 and keep getting your security updates like you've been getting.
There's nothing.
And like, here's the thing, like, our computers are tools. They're meant to get things done.
Right.
Like, the operating system doesn't matter insofar as it allows you to get your work done.
Right.
And if you're getting work done or playing your games or doing whatever it is you needed to do, perfectly fine today. And when Windows 11 comes out, that doesn't change. It doesn't really matter. Unless you just want to be on the fanciest, newest thing anyways. In that case, you got to pay to play. Anyways, if you're an enthusiast and you're an early adopter and you want to be on the newest, the shiniest all the time, upgrading and always constantly changing you're no stranger to that. You're doing that anyways. For everybody else who just needs to get some work done, some schoolwork done, some gaming, you shouldn't care. And you shouldn't let these tech YouTubers and these tech journalists rouse you into thinking Microsoft is some evil company because you don't get Windows 11 the instant that everybody else does. What matters is using your computer as a tool to get your work done.
Right.
I was able to get my work done before Windows 11. I'm still able to get my work done. It doesn't matter. It's what matters is the programs and the apps.
Gotcha.
The operating system is just like insofar as it lets you get your work done. It doesn't matter. And the point I was making earlier, if you're on an Intel 7th generation chip, 2016, you get updates for Windows 10 till 2025. That's damn near a decade of support.
That should be enough.
Like, what else do you want? You get 9 years of support on your chip. Okay, by the time 2025 rolls around, if you're on a 7th generation chip, upgrade. It's time to upgrade already.
Right.
What's the problem? It just highlights a big issue. But that's my rant. Tech YouTubers are going crazy about this. One last thing. Okay, that's it. End rant. I'm done. Whew, get that off my chest.
You wouldn't get the way